Number one is here. Yes, number one is here. The Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces, the President of the Republic, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo Addo is our special guest right here on Pure 95.7, just about 24 minutes to 11. And you also listen to us live on Pure 957 FM on Twitter, Instagram, and on Pure FM Ghana, also on Facebook. We are streaming also live on Angel TV and One HD TV and all ABN networks across the nation. And then yani omampay Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo Addo. I mean, obianim. He has spent almost 45 of his productive life inspiring a lot of people and of course serving mankind. And then Nana and Ebon Kuma our Pure 95.7. Nana yemo akwaba.
Yeah, me also. When you can worry Pia. Michelle was several radio stations. Nana nomadic broadcaster.
Nana, and then the Hannibal. Nana, that's it. That's it. Washing Munyamsa. Nana, what would be Nansa and Nasa Nenang? Kumasi. Na Ubay. Uba Fida. Uba at saying, Kumasi saying.
Neguso, Meba Abanejuma. Baby, I do a sentiment. Apart from everything, as one would need sentiments before the hear empire. Said Babana Bebe. I also make chapa. There's no reason in the baby. I made it 4 days. Some places 1, some places 2, but Ashanti 4 whole days.
Okay.
I think it is a signal of the importance I attach to Ashanti, and especially Juma Yewaha. I want to be really satisfied, sir.
Okay.
I need to teach you me bad. My Baba Minyakwanso so for Finiso. Ada Santimanso say, I buy a 2 years so. As usual, massive support we got from Ashanti. And we don't want to say, but then my.
Nana, I'm the Uko Manshia, a idea of him, so I can't say. Ampa Ajumano, Yanda with my trunk and cry, brown, no abbe, and you want to send a city. Ubaye, Uba Pro, acquire on Namuso, Baby Okoyana, a idea when you saw so far development as Santa my Enya.
Well, I have to say definitely yes. Firstly, I've been coming here since my childhood. Road development, for instance, one example, road development, ACWA Santa members say, I've never seen anything like it before. We have not, it's not perfect. There's still many areas as you see here, but overall, this road development in Ashanti, this is the biggest in history. So that is something very reassuring to me. There'll be problems here and there, but by and large, and there's more to come. There's more to come. Sticker. Me kind of sticker. Me come honorable MP.
Dr. Stephen Amwa.
Dr. Stephen Amwa. Penasamo. And I'm from your friend sticker. For instance, the Shire Soha. 80% of the roads in Ishayaso have seen asphalt. I'll say I can bear some 20% now. This is an example of the air cost of Ashanti. There's more to come.
That's right.
Next year, there are 2 big developments next year. One is the Swami Interchange.
Okay.
Swami Interchange next year will begin now. Kumasi will have the second 4-tier interchange in Ghana. First one, Pukwasi for Naswami design of the project agreements Ministry of Roads and Highways for 4-tier interchange. And I feel out Ring Road, as I say, all our cities, Accra, Kumasi, the big cities, it's a Ring Road. Which means traffic not easy. Ring Road, just to Kodie.
Okay.
That is also going to be a project for 2022.
Okay.
Nana, I'm hoping that by the time I'm now the new road network in Ashanti will have been fully established.
Yana, I'm for say Nana Batawa. Contractors obia the machine abesi o kama pa ye wuno na kwaya na contractors asesa wonema no woko I won't mention contractors name but meaning say one can
it may happen on one or two occasions but it's not a general pattern at all. And they're working because so one in Yejumanka, all these developments how would it come about if the contractors were not working? They're working. Yes, there may be an occasional problem of say financing, for instance. So it will be the certificates are and then contractors also margins are one of the some of them you'll be surprised. Some of them are owed large sums of money by government. So the one in Power they go so for instance, Kofi Job Akufo was may I hesitate to imagine a bank car, I don't know, but it's in tens of millions. But still, he's going ahead and around the corner. Bekwa road for BIA or Nekoto and Rankasanso. And then and she kind of sometimes you can some exaggeration of dos.
None of us is Kokobi and Yanquantaso or no Adebe.
Yeah, Kohane.
Okay.
If you are so
okay. New plan? Okay.
That's where we're going to.
Okay. Let me put that way. Say Oba Otufo can say Ampa Asante Mai Asho and Winyampa or share the volume of votes are when you're free. Ashanti Reja Yadia a Sonipa. I'm for attack say party Dankasa Ebia Nyawn Kwa but mo party MBP. One is a Mofruma Esha Hana Munyamo largest votes. And so a ba Mputujuma and now quite say MPP in Shina Mono Homo de was Santimamu no cressa.
No, I don't accept that. I don't accept that. I being a MPP commitment to Ashanti is both in word and deed. I don't have any doubt about it. Now the difficulty about the baby Amimedun is infrastructure development in Ghana. Virtually since independence has been very, very low. And then I'm in worldwide national complaint against roads. By this time, and yet so baby, some Obakaya and Sarah Mebano, a big argument for Ghana, whether or not the Mahama government had developed the infrastructure of Ghana. Look, I say a unprecedented infrastructural development.
They say you are sleeping.
Sarokai. Na ene mineno hana no kanukre. Yes. The proof of the pudding is indeed meaning any part of Ghana, including Accra, capital. Aobekwa roads is not the subject of the discussion of the people. It tells you where we are. It's the effort year of roads 2020 year of roads not the year this second year of roads it's beginning to make a dent. But obviously there's still a long way to go. So the idea there are many major projects that are going or about to go through in Ashanti. Bonkra, which I commissioned last year. We've had problems organizing financing, and so things are now in order. It's coming. And regional hospital. I think the new regional hospital. This is the first. So which is excellent structure, and of course all the various roads developments. We have a series of these 1D water factories in Ashanti, and the schools all over the region are being developed. So I'll not accept the view I just say that is what they're trying to say. This is our base. They give us the vote, but we don't do anything for them.
Exactly.
NDC forecast, I don't know. NDC forecast are now
but in reality, that's not it.
It's not the reality. It's not the reality. And I think anybody who goes around this place will be with me and our objective. That is not the reality at all.
Buankra, you touch on it. It's just going to be airport or a bigger vision of, say, an industrial hub.
An industrial hub.
Okay.
We're going to have an inland port, but the idea is to have an industrial township around Wankra, which will serve the port. Port alone by itself, very tricky.
Okay.
Yeah, because then it's completely dependent on the throughput of transit material from the south to the north. I don't think it will be viable that way. But if there's an industrial nexus around which the port operates, it will be making a much more viable project. And then, of course, bring development into the area. And that's the larger vision.
Okay.
Where it will be the anchor.
Yeah.
But it will be the anchor for an industrial development.
Talking about industrialization, Mediwachi, Emza Gwoso, and they call on planting for food and jobs. From that point, planting for export and rural development, rearing for food and export, and one village, one district, one warehouse, and all that. If we into one district, one factory, how we can get the produce, take them to manufacture them and export them. That's the main vision.
Also the food security.
Yeah, exactly.
Very, very important. It's not just to provide material for industry, but also to assure food security in the country. And we are very, very important. And also export of foods.
Yeah.
So for many, many years, tomatoes free, if anything, Burkina Faso, Brodier free, Côte d'Ivoire, all of those things have stopped now. On the contrary, exporting Yamakomao, and now Africano, Bagana, Betwebiane, Bifri, Mali, Niger, because the agricultural system is in the process of radical change in Ghana. They improve the productivity of the farmers, and so it's not just the feedstock.
But we are on course.
Solidly. There will be agriculture for the time being until we finish the issue of irrigation. Will always be climate dependent.
Yeah.
Not always, but for some time to come, we'll still be climate dependent. Then the climatic change will always have an impact. Then you have these seasonal developments in agriculture. At times, food prices go up, and then when the harvest comes in, they start coming down again. We've seen this cycle all our lives in Ghana. There's nothing new about it. But what we're hoping for, and I think we have to give credit to this agriculture minister. He's worked very, very hard these last 4 or 5 years. I believe the plans that are there now for the rest of this term are solid. Today I see in the newspapers, one of the MZ graphic, that we're going to establish a Grains Development Authority. Nothing of the papers in the cabinet and determine the viability. But the idea of that is solid, because what it's going to mean is that, like you have it in the other areas with cocoa and now with the tree crops, the Tree Crops Development Authority is working solidly now. We're going to have an authority during the harvest time, can buy the foods directly from the farmers and then stock it. And hopefully during times of scarcity, I remember food prices will be in a position to influence the market, to bring a certain stability to food prices in the country. These are things that we work on, but these are not things that happen overnight. And we are working to make sure that we improve things. But I believe there's agriculture development here. I will say so. That has been one of the achievements of my government, what has happened in that area.
Okay. We are talking to the President of the Republic, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo Addo, right here on Pure 95.7. Nana, generally, you won't say prices of goods and services, including petroleum products. Would you attribute that to, say, COVID, that pandemic, I am going for the whole world? I mean, we have been crippled by COVID. I don't know, say, whether Ghanaian economy has also been affected by COVID.
How can the Ghanaian economy not be affected? We're part of the global trading system. Now, one of the major impacts of COVID is the disruption to supply chains which took place across the world. And closing of borders, all those things that happened. Now, it brought a significant decline in international trade. So today, freight charges have gone up significantly. The prices of goods and services, Ghana, Ekosoro, worldwide phenomenon.
Yeah.
Worldwide phenomenon. You just take your thing and Google what's going on in America or Britain or whatever. We're not, and we cannot be isolated. We're part of the global system. So, but nevertheless, there are things we can do to try and mitigate them. And those are the things that Obatampa program to find a way of boosting domestic production so we can mitigate our dependence on in imports and international trade flows.
Now then come back to Ashanti region and deal with the KMA issues. Now KMA members of the assembly, if you say KMA ewo debt abind your worker in Tikrano, more or less say Oma ne wapano say be Omra KMA Krana ya de KVD to
no they can buy.
No, they can't buy.
I don't understand the connection. No, they can't buy.
No, they can't buy.
Yes, I don't know they can't buy the Mitchell says because and so mom but then he's going to be a victim of the past. I don't think that's fair.
Okay.
Now maybe I'll be assembly for me. Nombra not between him. Says I came once we came. Butcher or local government minister to look into it. Me proper brief. How come the debt? Yeah, because many occasions say debt, so-called debts. The figures don't add up. Yes, we've seen it in many areas of national life, in the energy sector, in the rail, in several areas. To look into it, Sakano ye genuine ekana nenu echino na ye better senior require between ayakano wajuma.
But you encourage the assembly members to go and endorse.
So I don't see how and that they're going to hold up the Kumasi getting a proper executive because of the past. I don't think that is fair. And I said blackmail be an album, right? We shouldn't. That isn't the way we should go about things.
Yeah.
I think what they need to get from him when he comes before them, right from the beginning, a commitment to deal with it.
Yeah.
That would be the proper way to go. If they feel he's worthy of confirmation, let him make it clear to them. So, what a personal bar. Number one item on the agenda is Obama Fife came Wapekwaya on their bano Bayajumania Etriakano. That would be a more with respect. I say this with respect, a responsible way to go about it, rather than to say to give us this ultimatum. Yeah, Babichia. Nea Fifemu. More than Mose Ekase. Nea Mito Mi Fifemu. Bia and the chairman say a genuine debtor or as a Fifemu. Tamuchi Fifemu. Obey a brief, in the due course of time. The brief no bar, that dear woman, the many finance minister become one assembly. Everyone was said because I come a KMA car.
Yeah.
And see, beside what the Guntia became in soon to be a car. Yes, a KMA car.
Yeah.
We have to find out how KMA couldn't pay. Yeah. What happened?
Yeah.
Because Ansana Obabe procure services, no. Now we need to be yeah, the service no bad, no here. Now want to me and procure, want to me service no bad, want to me here. So bizarre, then a bar man is cannot want to me here. There are a lot of issues to be discussed, but I'm making a firm appeal to the assemblymen, and I know several of the people I want to walk Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly are very responsible people. people who have the welfare of Kumasi at heart. Feel that the more productive way in which we are dealing with problem. Let's confirm my nominee. He's a popular nominee.
Yeah.
The bank Kumasi last 3 or 4 days, maybe I'm a committee and some binding and I want what is on the buyer. I've heard it from several different quarters. He's a popular nominee. Now, so he has the capacity to do the work. Until you confirm him. Nothing so on the painful assembly presiding the economic committee. Yen said entrance in the choir. So when this can be on the buying central government, the finance ministry, Becca, Sunday Yasha choir, can also be here free.
But Nana, Emrenya so say, yes, I a dream beam, say, Otomai, Senkebea, ya elected your MMDCs. Anyi. Both parties no more reservation, but
reservations.
I'm talking about the opposition. Okay, and no nation. A man also say yes, I a dream him. Say indeed, a whom he has a young casa. Betwala na enkoye na ekọ ene ya endorse ene say na ebi bomma na onye nipa. Don't we have to think about it again?
There's no doubt about it. It was my view the first time that electing the MMDC is a better way to go about things. I've not changed my view. Yeah, I think that now that the first year we've settled down, Brenner Duaz, opposition, minority or parliament, but I am still committed to it. I think it's still the best solution for the country. I see the other day, one of these think tanks, a survey about the numbers of people, how they feel about, and I think something like 70-something% of those surveyed have now said that they prefer.
There's a need to let our own MMDCs.
And I believe local government systems across the world which have been effective are ones where the area has a direct control over the person who works for them, and they do it by the vote. You know, to a president, you before so at the local level, I believe that is the element of democratic control all through our political system. And I feel strongly that local governments is also I have not changed my views about it. Last time in the opposition, I can't say initially agreement for all you can never be quite sure what is going on, but in the end, no ambassador. But I believe what else is, I'm sure they are also reflecting on what has happened and watching what is going on now. No? It may also influence their thinking, but I believe it's the way to go.
That's right.
I mean, even though the system we have now, the overwhelming numbers, are being confirmed. I think something like 150. More. It's 144. 40
have been confirmed so far.
Have confirmed 11. 11 so far have been rejected. That's a big number.
Yeah.
And I suspect that by the end, that is how it's going to be. That 90+% of the people will be confirmed, but a few will have to rethink about it again, whether to renominate or. But the system.
Yeah.
I believe the system we should have. Several countries in Africa have our system.
Yeah.
The South Africans have it, the Kenyans have it, and the countries have not broken down on the contrary. Yet you will say Nairobi, the capital of Nairobi. Mayor of Nairobi is from a different party from Kenyatta, the president. But things are going on in the country. There's been no breakdown. That was the fear of a lot of people. MPP are buying Obi, NDC, DCY. We have to find a way of talking to each other and reconciling matters. And that is the way we can make progress.
And it actually runs through all your speeches. patriotism, working together on all. It runs through all from the day of inauguration to this point. I mean, that statement of patriotism and we working together as Ghanaians runs through all.
And it has to be the way forward.
Exactly.
It has to be the forward. I mean, if you say MMDCs are there, and also very reinforce being together and trying to find common solutions to agreements on problems that were confronting the country. I feel strongly. The first year it's difficult to come to something like this. You have to put the government in place, both at the central level, and also the local government level, and all the various appointments in the state machinery have to be completed in this first year of the mandate. And I'm saying the MMDC for thereby state agencies, some changes have to be made there and all of that. But I'm very, very confident that by the end of October, all that will be behind us. Now, major constitutional developments, as I said, in a quiet but I feel strongly that the election of MMDC is necessary, and I'm hoping that this time round, MPP and NDC, and in fact the political forces in the country, consensus on the need to do constitutional reform. The first time, I believe that if we had wanted to force it through, forcing it through. Yeah. We have the numbers in Parliament, only just a little bit short of the 2/3, but with arrangements, it may be we would have been able to get it. But I hesitated. Yeah. Because if you say Bibisabe and would be because MPP4 in this idea by maybe it wouldn't bring stability to the idea. Let's say by Bibia or mining and the dear dream boom can say yes. I feel the constitution, the PCS constitutional amendment by it's a party-led constitutional amendment. I don't believe in that.
That's right.
It has to be national in character.
Yes, Auntie. Now, something dramatic or maybe remarkable is your Marshall Palace, where you were introducing a pamphlet, Odomoko, Marshall. So, we share all the sectors of the economy, from health, education, energy, Nema Wayo, and the developments of corner. Yakwa say since the beginning of the 1992 constitution will be about 8 years and 8 years, 8 years. And now there's a slogan of breaking the 8. Breaking the 8. Now, do you have a favorite? Do you have a successor who can break the 8 for you? Because you do see, so who can say you want to hand over to an MPP government again, but between now and the next time have you settled on somebody? Because
it means to me your favorite. My duty is twofold. Okay. First of all, to hold the balance, to make sure that there's a level playing field
for
all inside our party. Because the decision has to be the decision of the party.
Yeah.
As a party, my thing is that whoever the party elects as its flag bearer for 2024, that person is the one I will support, and God willing, I want to campaign for that person to become president. If it's an MPP program, we need some more time. I'm not saying that nothing can be done in the 8 years. But I think for the programs to take on, to be really solidified, we need to continue. I always say our situation in Ghana, saying quite a tour for Edman Swa, Ghana, and Sasana Ghana by this time Nakaba. We didn't have the opportunity to continue. We continued this 8-year cycle. Mills and Mahama came. As far as I'm concerned, we went backwards again. Yeah, and I have a fear. that may happen again if we don't win in 2024. Then no nama sa slogan about brave, because we don't want this thing of going forward and then coming back and then going forward again. We want a systematic proving forward, but by the ballot box, not by force. So people by Casa no air Casa Praco 2-4 by all means and so on, they're big. It's by the vote. And we have to work for it, and that is what we're doing. We're going to work for it, and hopefully, Ghana for also so be Addo, one who say ba eduma be say person say eduma ni chinchin mu ne ekona ni mu a yema MPP for. Now internally, if he's a president, outgoing president, now all are known say you're leaning towards X or Y. A bit to me the disturbance about party, because nobody don't know by
exactly.
Yeah, not everybody. President Peway now also then also say then what happens there. I think that I have to keep away from that and make sure that there's a level playing field. And then we get somebody on no bar, a mouth on a pen, or between a united party around our program and around his leadership. They're not so that we can go into the election of 2024 as a united force and take on our opponents.
But you're the firm belief that it is possible to break the 8.
Of course.
Okay.
Of course. I think that the program and the work that this government is doing is sufficient foundation. Now, the Akanon MPP for also, to what extent we are going to be one, to what extent we are prepared for the popular mobilization, to what extent our organization is coherent. I think that we will have message. We will have a message for the country. Because at the end of the day, it's only here politics. What is the message you're taking to the country? I believe we'll have a strong message in Ghana for in 2024 when we put all together the various things and also our appeal to the unity of the nation. But I believe it's possible. And I don't have any hesitation in saying I will work for it to happen, so that the progress we have initiated can be sustained.
Okay, Mr. President, let me end on Mali and Guinea, especially with Guinea. A lot of people have said ECOWAS, and other countries like Cote d'Ivoire and Guinea almost almost constitution now call for third time probably anuntina ema ku aba ewo Guinea. You have said it on several platforms that is not a justification, because indeed it was through the ballot box, the people themselves actually.
But what is, when people make that argument, what are they? What are we supposed to? So because of that, we should condone what has happened. Is that the argument? Because ECOWAS did not act to stop the third-term mandate of President Ouattara and President Condé. Right now, we have no right to insist on
that the right issue with that.
I'm not sure I understand that argument. Okay, it may have been a failing on the part of ECOWAS. There may be all kinds of reasons why that happened. But going forward, is this the correct? Is that an analysis that will help the growth of democracy in our region? I don't think so.
No.
And the constitutive texts of ECOWAS are about promoting good governance and democratic development in the ECOWAS space. If you say here, I myself believe that it may be that ECOWAS is at the last meeting, at the extraordinary summit. ECA said the commission should prepare the grounds, review the constitutive text, the good governance text of ECOWAS. And that review may bring in this whole business of term limits. But personally, I said so the other day on the radio here in Kumasi. I believe that provision that bans third-term agendas would be a healthy development in the. But then that's my personal view. As chairman, I have to work with the consensus in the community on that.
So you have any dream of changing Ghana's constitution to go for a third time?
No, sir. It's completely out of the question. Completely out of the question. 7th January 2025. Goodbye, Ghana. Thank you. Probably end up in TV. Thank you very much.
Now, Monsieur le Président, vous savez qu'il y a beaucoup de Maliens et puis beaucoup de Guinéens ici. Un mot pour les peuples Guinéens.
Vous êtes là depuis longtemps parmi nous. Vous êtes nos amis, nos frères, nos sœurs, nos voisins. Ce que la CEDEAO cherche à faire dans vos pays, c'est pas pour aliéner ou pour faire des ennemis du peuple de la Guinée ou du Mali, mais c'est pour insister sur les valeurs démocratiques qui réunissent la communauté CEDEAO. Et on veut qu'aussitôt que possible, il y a un retour à la légitimité démocratique dans la Guinée aussi bien que Mali, et que ça nous permet de renforcer les liens parmi tous les peuples de la CEDEAO, y compris les Ghanéens, les Guinéens, les Maliens. On ne sera jamais des ennemis, on sera toujours des amis, des frères, surtout les Ghana, les Guinées, les Mali. C'était une union qui a été désignée tout au début de notre indépendance. Non, on est très fiers de cet lien. On va faire toutes nos possibilités pour renforcer ces liens et de voir comment on va sortir de la crise qui se déroule dans ces pays actuels.
D'accord. À la prochaine fois, on va discuter tout ça en français.
D'accord. Surtout que vous parlez français. Voilà. Merci beaucoup, Mr. Adinkra.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yes, Andy, thank you so much. We have me know your program be Addo say oba ye born national anthem ye wi na born national anthem ni ye and then you know about call ye pharmacists professional pharmacists abese or the national anthem no na jawo kwan enti
my goodness there's some pay for me one by some you
exactly
so for what
Ashanti
commissioner Ashanti commissioner Simon
that's right
and famous
Chairman one.
Then you was want to me. Me want to agriculture minister.
Otochi.
Uzo free kuto.
Nana.
MP so
but that's right. Nana, finally, say Maduachi Ache, I mean, bon programs, events, be my MCs. One Akufo wakwa Omoduachia, say Omojuma Esumani pa your sound men, including Akoto and my friends. And anytime you are there, the way they come early and fix the machines, try voices and all that, idea me Asumani pa all these ways. And me sakwenye bu ona say so boma was pa media de bia the guy almost say oh my idea pa all right, so we shall rise up for the national anthem, after which we give the president a special gift here from PFM. All right, my dear.
Thank you. God bless our homeland. God bold to defend forever the cause of freedom and of right. Fill our hearts with true humility. Make us cherished, fearless honesty, and help us to resist oppressors' rule with all our will and might forevermore, and help us to resist oppressors' rule with all our will and might forevermore.
Thank you so much.
Mr. President, it's left with one. Okay. Mr. President, and then this is something that we captured on tape. Voila. Voila.
That's no problem.
That's right.
Thank you very much. Hey,
you're looking good here.
The President, this gentleman came here around 4 a.m. today because he wanted to present the show.
My goodness.
Yeah.
This is kind of you. That's far. Look, the whole thing. Kwasi Bright.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Yes, okay. Now what?
Yes, I love it. Ana nyoma dane ya ze kubenya go la.
Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. Addo.
Yeah, Mr. President. Mr. President, so we'll take a picture with you there.
Mr. President, we take the chair.
Without a mask. Don't worry. You don't mind.
And what about the young lady who sang?
Yeah.
Just come.
Yeah, come take one, then she can come.
Okay, you can.
And then the rest is set. Come and join us. Member of Parliament.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Let us all right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much.
Hallelujah.